Hello and welcome to an album a day 341, going through my vinyl collection and media and, well, all the things at this point. Slightly off center still. There you go. Today we're going back to the CD collection and a very, very special one for me. This is one that indirectly, one song on here, I should say, kickstarted a whole world for me, which is the New Age movement. I had no idea that New Age music was a thing until a friend of mine that I worked with got me in the Secret Santa Christmas party for the company and gave me a cassette tape from Private Music, and this one particular song that was on there really just the song that's on there led me to the best of, which I found Ancient Dreams and all that. So I'm talking, of course, about Ancient Dreams by Patrick O'Hearn. There's a couple songs on that first sampler, and I've talked about that. I've got the vinyl and talked about these songs on there before, but I can't help but to keep going back to Ancient Dreams because it really was the start of so much for me and really set me on a very interesting path. My song Dreamscape would have never happened. A lot of the music I've written would not have happened. I'd probably be writing rock and roll, most likely, because that's what I grew up with. Maybe something progressive, maybe some simple ballads, love songs. I have no idea what I'd be doing, but since I love instrumental music so much, and I liked the instrumental music before, but this was a whole new world for me. So we're talking, of course, about Ancient Dreams, Patrick O'Hearn. There's the back cover. Patrick O'Hearn played with Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa put Missing Persons together. He went to work for Missing Persons, and he was the bass player in the band. I think there was another band he played in as well. He's done some other collaborations, and then eventually his own stuff. So here we get, do we get a booklet? We do get a booklet. So there's the front of it again, same pictures on the back of the CD case. We get a little bit about all of this stuff from Private Music. Love that Private Music logo. I like the color one on the albums better, but I just think it's such a cool and bizarre logo. Who would think of that? Of course, the CD is nice and professional, no picture on it or anything, but we do get the logo. It's in blue. There's another version of this where the logo is in red, and then I don't think there's anything behind here because we just have the regular tray. But let's look underneath the tray if we can, and if I can get it out, and we'll see what we see. Sometimes they're pretty stuck in there, and this one's pretty stuck in there. So anyway, it doesn't matter because if I can't see it, I'm not going to look at it. And it looks like, just judging by what's in the hole there, it just looks like it's a plain white background, which is pretty common. But we get some great songs on here. We open with Beauty and Darkness, which, we open with At First Light, which is a great song. Beauty and Darkness, absolutely love that song. That's one of those songs that, I talk about how I love a good mood in a piece of music, and that one really sets up something I enjoy. Then we get Unusual Climate. That's one of the ones from the sampler that I just love. In fact, I have a very vivid memory of driving up I-25 in Colorado Springs from where we were living, which was, I want to say we were living off of South Academy in the townhomes at the time. Yeah, it must have been. And I went to pick up my girlfriend for Thanksgiving, and I remember I had sunglasses that had an orange tint to them. They looked black, but looking through them, it was kind of an orange tint. And I remember I had that cassette with me, and I was listening to this, and Unusual Climate came on. I'm like, I just want to kind of live in this moment for a very long time. So after the song was over, I rewound the tape, listened to it again while I was still on the freeway. Just one of those moments that it just sticks with you, very special moment. And then after that, we get Life Along the River Vaal. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Vaal. Then we get Ancient Dreams, song number 5, incredible. I can't say enough about that. Then we get Malevolent Landscape, and we end with Last Performance. Fantastic collection of music. I can't say enough about what an impact Patrick O'Hearn has had on me. He's released a couple of new songs over the last couple of years. He said he's got more music coming. I haven't seen it yet, but I am hopeful that some new stuff will show up. A very incredible artist. Of course, because he's a bass player predominantly, you get a lot of good bass in these songs, but he also expanded into keyboards and synthesizers and just put some amazing soundscapes together, some beautiful melodies and rhythms with this stuff too. He's really good at percussion. He's really good at synthesizer percussion too, which is to say he's using synthesizer sounds, not percussion sounds on a synthesizer. He does some of that too, but to be able to take, like a synthesizer patch and make something percussive of it, that's a cool thing when you can pull that off well. And he does that a lot. He's got some great stuff in here. Songs just flow so well from one part into another, which you would expect. But with instrumental music, when you don't have that breakup with the vocals, breaking up just instrumental music all the time and making those easy transitions from verse to chorus or bridge, it can be a little more challenging doing it instrumental. And he does a great job with it. One of the reasons I think he's a fantastic artist. Got almost his entire vinyl catalog. There's a couple of 12-inch singles that I don't have, but I've got the bulk of it. And then except for one, because one is really rare, and when you find it, it's pretty expensive. So doesn't come up often, but when it does, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I can't justify paying that. But in any case, great artist. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Just finished up an interview with Spring Paranormal Investigations. That will air on Wednesday on the Haskincast podcast, both on my audio feed and YouTube, because we did it over Zoom. So I captured the video, and that will be there as well. Really wonderful people doing some pretty interesting work. And we got pretty in-depth with the questions this time. And it was very interesting, a lot of their responses, some stuff I absolutely did not expect. So join me for that one on Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, of course, Deep Purple Smoke on the podcast. Then the following weekend, I've got 2 back-to-back episodes with Mark Roback on the Haskincast podcast, covering some very special Christmas music that is deep in the hearts of a lot of people of my generation. And then we've got the regular Wednesday episode, and then on Christmas Day, a brand new review of my Christmas album, walking through it from scratch. I thought 10 years from release was a good time to take a new look at it, and I really enjoyed doing that. So I hope you guys will enjoy that as well. And then we're back on normal schedule after that. Also, coming Sunday night, depending on where you are, Monday morning, depending on your location in the world, the Christmas episode of the Deep Purple podcast will air, which both Mark and I were guests, as well as our friend Peter Gardeau, both Mark and Pete from the 70s Weekly Countdown with Mark and Pete. And then we had our friends Steve and Rich as well, and then John and Nate from the Deep Purple podcast. Always a great time with those guys, but this year, I don't know, it was kind of supercharged for me. So I hope that you'll check all that stuff out as well. And of course, I'll be linking that on my website, where I have a page of all the appearances I've made on various other podcasts. You guys take care, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.